Hi, how are you? I'm Anthony from Cypher House, and today I'm back on YouTube with a puzzle hunt. I haven't actually featured a puzzle hunt on the channel since Puzzle Potluck 2 years ago, so sorry for that, because I know a lot of people originally started watching my YouTube channel for the puzzle hunts. I've just, had other things that I've wanted to talk about on the channel. But I do still solve puzzle hunts over on my Twitch channel, so you can always check that out too if you want more things like this, and I haven't posted a video in a while. But today I want to check out this puzzle hunt. It's called Island Puzzle Hunt. This puzzle hunt was made by a group of puzzlers without a snappy name, but they are the first house on the right in the neighborhood. Puzzle Islanders, I think? This team? Seems like this team. Oh, unless it's this one. It could be this one, the one that is currently unnamed. The story, just another day on the island renovation business. One last job. You've been renovating homes on the island for as long as you can remember. Although the houses all look the same on the outside, you always marvel at the wide variety of rooms and configurations throughout the neighborhood. There are so many houses on the island, and there's only one that hasn't experienced your magic touch. It's bittersweet. The island is full of jobs well done, but after this final reno, it might be time for something new. But you decide to focus on that later. For now, how do you get in? Okay, so this is gaining entry. I think this is the first puzzle in our house. Gaining entry. Unable to see any instructions on how this keypad works. You start to feel like a change is a capital idea. You do a little Google searching. All signs point to New York. Interesting. So we can interact with this down here. But not this up here. Immediately I'm getting Braille. But possibly New York Braille? Is that a thing? New York Point. Ah, that's something. This is rows of 2, which, looks like the cells down there. So I'm going to look up normal Braille. So hopefully this normal Braille will help us decode the top part of the grid, and then that'll tell us what to put into the bottom. It looks like our first letter is a W, E, L, C, O, M, and E. So it spells welcome. I'm guessing we now need to just write welcome down here with the New York Braille. So I'm thinking that looks like this. That's a W. E looks like this. Then we have L, which is 2 of these, like that, and another E. I was really hoping that was going to trigger something or do something. We can just try welcome. Oh, puzzle solved. Oh, okay, so I just had to put that down there and then click try this solution, and that was it. Okay, you're in. You step into the main entrance and you see 2 rooms. Might as well work on these and progress through the house as rooms get done. Time to get started. Okay, so what do we have now? We have Parking, Malarkey, and BoardGameTweak. A bunch of characters are sitting around playing board games that look almost recognizable. Are they sitting at the right tables, though? Alright, we have a bunch of descriptions and then some emojis at the bottom here. I'm gonna just bring all of this over into Sheets for now. Rocky and 3 friends are playing a worker and tile placement game where in every game year you must properly assign your single-celled microorganisms to a huge number of available options. Alright, I'm just gonna copy this description into Google and see if it comes up. Maybe I just need to focus up on, like, bread-based worker and tile games? Micromycelium. This looks promising. It looks like there's tiles. It's about microorganisms. I'm not seeing anything about bread. I wonder if this is one of those puzzles where they've, like, changed a word, or maybe multiple words in the title of the game, and the description reflects that. So maybe it's like a board game where it's probably worker and tile placement still, but maybe it's not about microorganisms. It seems to be describing yeast cells, I think. That would be the things that create leavened bread, the microorganisms. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what the normal board game is and seeing if it's one letter off of yeast or something. Maybe I should try a different one. Nagini and 4 friends are playing a game where you have to piss off the residents of a zoo, collecting cards that allow you to upset the animals, sponsors, and heads of various conservation projects around the world. Winning will fill you with a feeling of satisfaction of your own achievements. Okay, I feel like I'm pretty sure I know what game is being talked about here. At least, I know I've played it fairly recently, and I'll recognize it when I see it. It is a game where you design and build a zoo, and there are definitely conservation projects, so I should be able to find it. Arc Nova. Yeah, okay, and that's the same length as 3-4 that's given here. So, I'm familiar with this game. I don't believe you have to piss off any residents of the zoo. So that's a change on the game description. They don't allow you to upset the animals. So we're making people angry. We're annoying them. Maybe it's Irk Nova? That could be it. Okay, so we've changed an A to an I in this example. Let's keep going for a minute. This hasn't used the person or the number of friends that they're playing with yet, so I assume that that's going to be important somewhere down the road. Tony and 5 friends are playing the re-implementation of an economic strategy game, Charlie XCS. Let's see if that gives us anything. I think this might lead us to the changed word. Brat. So we need an economic strategy game, industrialists. Ah, it's this, Brass Lancashire, which leads us to Crash? Or do we think it's Brats? Terrible little children are brats. Changed an A to an I. Here we changed an S to a T. I don't know which of these columns is going to be most useful to us, but presumably one of them will spell something. Bruce and 7 friends are playing a cooperative dungeon crawler where you select bosses by using insanity-powered sauces, including ranch, blue cheese, or nacho cheese. I'm just looking for a dungeon crawler that's Lovecraftian, hoping that it'll come up here. How about this one? Cthulhu Death May Die. Thank you, Reddit. Okay, so the thing that's different is definitely the sauces, the blue cheese, etc. Decode has an app that can give you every option of a word with one of its letters changed. Dip. Do we think it's dip? Death May Dip. That sounds right. Rogue and 4 friends are playing a deck-building worker placement game where they need to convince a bunch of frat guys to engage in bodacious combat. The winner usually lets out a harsh laugh once they realize they are victorious. This is the second one that seemed to strangely talk about what the victor gets. This winner's beaming smile may temporarily blind their opponents. Yeah, I don't know why that last sentence is there. I feel like the last sentence, as well as the initial name and friends, I don't really have a good use for yet. I did just notice that the original games seem to be going in alphabetical order, so this first one is probably a something, something, something. We have 4-8. Dune Imperium, that looks promising. Yeah, it's going to be Dude Imperium. Alright, Julian and 9 friends are playing the sequel to a blockbuster cooperative campaign game. If you fail, you may be demoted to protecting an institution for educating children. Every single one of these seems to end with either you doing well or if you do poorly, like if you win or if you lose. I don't quite know why yet. Alright, I'm going to skip this one too. Willie and 11 friends are playing a flip and write based on a historical legal document. What in the world is a flip and write? 7, 1, and 4 is our enumeration. Is it this Hadrian's Wall? That seems right. Ah, it's probably will because we're determining where our assets are going. Dory and 5 friends are playing a deck-building worker placement game where players rush their marauding adventurers through a jungle. Enumeration is 4525. It looks like it's Lost Ruins of Arnak. Actually, I just realized, if these are alphabetized by game, then these letters over here might not be in order yet. So we're going to have to sort by maybe the people? I think we might always have a unique number of friends. We have 1, 3, 11, 12, all the way up to 22. Okay, let's sort by that real quick and just see. We're sorting by column F. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 2 3s. Okay, so maybe it's not this. Okay, so what letter are we changing here? Maybe loot? Loot Ruins of Arnak? Yeah, that seems right. Flick and 9 friends are playing a cooperative adventure game where players control powerful wizards traversing a hex-based land. It looks like it's this game, I just saw it come up, called Mage Knight. And since we're trapping people in iron bars, I assume it becomes Cage Knight. Every now and then when I find one of these games, I just briefly look through to see if, like, the designer or anything that I can see associated with the game might somehow be related to one of these names. Because the flavor text said that each of these people might be sitting at the wrong table. So somehow we need to match these names up with another game, I think. Next we have a cooperative game where each player controls an investigator tasked with kick-flipping over a Bayaki. I'm wondering, I think this one's actually Mansion of Madness. So what's with the skateboarding references? Do we think it's badness, like in the sense that bad can be slang for good or cool? No, I think it's gonna be radness. That's so rad. Shenzi and 6 friends are playing a classic kids game where players build a crazy contraption. So it's a mousetrap, but they need a place to live, so it's housetrap. Archimedes is playing an asymmetric war game where each player controls a cute animal faction. We need just a 4-letter game. It looks like it's this root. They somehow always end up causing a giant brawl, so riot. Sam and 11 friends are playing a cooperative strategy game where each player takes on the role of an elemental protector. Maybe it's this one, Spirit Island? So there's no coastal areas, so instead of island, I think it's inland. Rocksteady. What are these names? These names mean something. Hold on. Rocksteady's a musical genre. Rocksteady's a character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Either way, we're playing a tableau building game where the goal is to develop the technology required for a red automobile to be suitable for sustaining life by increasing the temperature, planting forests, and adding oxygen to the atmosphere. Is this terraforming Mars? We need a red automobile. Okay, so it's terraforming cars. Jetsim's playing a bag builder where each player... Bag builder? What in the world's a bag builder? This is a game that has a long name. 36211. This one. The Quacks of Queidelberg. We're pulling things as fast as possible and making the speediest potion, so I think we're doing Quicks. Joe and friends are playing a game where each player must complete inclining routes across the United States by playing cards of a matching color. This is Ticket to Ride. Why are they inclining routes? Probably Ticket to Rise is what we're changing this to. Marty and friends are somehow playing a 2-player only game where the goal is to lead one of 2 superpowers to dominance. We're looking for 8-8. Twilight Struggle? I wonder if it's Straggle. Hyacinth and 1 friend are playing a card game in Paris. Is this just Uno? I think this is Uno. Inversion, Passer, and Blanche. What are those? 1 in French is Une. So I wonder if we're just changing the Spanish Uno into Une? Yeah, Blanche is white in French. Passer is pass. And inversion, I'm guessing, is reverse. Yeah, reversion. Okay, so I'm thinking we're doing Une here. Scar. So again, a fairly well-known character. I just don't know why yet. Scar and 3 friends are playing an engine-building game where players build combos that somehow attract a bunch of birds. Is this Wingspan? We're collecting cards such as Merlot. These are all wines, so we're changing this to Wine Span. All right, so we have most of the games. We missed 2 towards the beginning. I'm gonna just give them one more attempt now that I feel like I'm kind of revving on all the cylinders of finding these games. And we'll see if I can find them real quick. A Feast for Odin. So, okay, yeah, we do change it to Yeast. All right, and so the only one left is this one. Frosthaven? Yeah, Frosh is another name for a college or high school freshman. So yeah, the youngest college student. I think this is Frosthaven. And we're changing it to Froshhaven. Okay, I think we've identified all of the games. We still have the person and how many friends they have at the start of each of these. We also have the final sentence of each one seems pretty weird. Beaming Smile. Hyacinth is a plant. Nagini's the snake thing in Harry Potter. I wonder if the number of friends is telling us how to index into these board games. Because I noticed that the one with 22 friends is also the really, really long board game. But there aren't 22 letters in here, are there? Yeah, actually there are. There's exactly 22. Okay, I'm going to use the friends to try to index into the board games, and maybe that'll get me something? ENSU. This could be spelling something. And Sue. And Sue Elritgerun. No, that didn't spell anything. At least not yet. We might have to reorder. But I do feel like the number of friends is probably an index. I feel like the names are somehow supposed to make sense with the final sentence of each one, but I think we have to swap them to a different set. I just haven't figured out how exactly to do that yet. Institution for Educating Children. So I'm starting to see that all of these characters might be animals. Speaking of animals, hi Nuri. We have a kitty cat. I don't know if each of these... I don't know how to relate an animal to each of these games yet. I guess I'll make another column where I start jotting down these animals as I find them. Flotsam and Jetsam are, what are these, eels? Miko in Pocahontas is a raccoon. I would guess Rocky is referring to the squirrel in Rocky and Bullwinkle. Flit is another creature in Pocahontas along with Miko. It's a hummingbird. Oh, but we have Flick. Darn it, I thought Flick was Flit. Tony. I feel like there's going to be 100 Tonys. Oh, the tiger, probably. Bruce is the shark in Finding Nemo. Rogue. I think it's a bat in Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Yeah, this is Rogue the Bat in Sonic the Hedgehog. King Julian, the lemur in Madagascar, maybe? Willie's a whale in the film Free Willy. Dory is a fish. What kind of fish is Dory? She's a regal blue tang. We might just need fish there, I'm not sure. The others didn't seem to be super specific. Who is Flick? Oh, the ant in Bug's Life, right? Shenzi's one of the hyenas. But we also have Scar from The Lion King, who's one of the lions. It's weird. I feel like some of these we definitely have 2 characters from each. Like, Dory and Bruce are both from Finding Nemo. But I don't know if we have... Like, if this is Tony the Tiger, what could the second character possibly be? Who is Archimedes? Archimedes is Merlin's pet owl. This does give me a bit of an idea, though. What's a group of owls called? Isn't it a parliament? Yeah, a group of owls is a parliament. And so, if we're talking about Archimedes the owl here... There was an ending sentence somewhere in here. The winner has to get their route approved by a legislative body. So maybe we need to send the owl to Parliament. I'm not sure. Let me look up like a group of eels. A group of eels could be a bed, and we know there was that one about a place to put your furniture where you sleep, something like that. We might be onto something. Let me try hyena. I think it's gonna be like a giggle or something. Yeah, it's like a cackle, and there was something about a riotous laugh in here. Okay, so hopefully, here's my new plan. Hopefully, we just need to match up these animals with the ending sentence. I'm assuming it's going to form a chain, and then I'm hoping that either our indexed letters or like the letters that we changed all these board games to, I'm hoping that that's going to spell something. Rocksteady was a rhino in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The thing is, we have Joe and Sam, which are just such generic names. Sam could be the dog thing in Party Animals. Marty's also in Madagascar. Ah, Marty's a zebra in Madagascar. Hyacinth is a hippo. I think the only two animals that I'm missing are Joe and Sam. Sam is a sheepdog. So I'll try sheepdog here. I don't know if that's right. I'm pulling up a list of groups of animal names in the hopes that the ones that I don't have the animal for, I might be able to correctly identify like the crossword clue and then find the animal that way. Like if I find out I have a shrewdness, maybe I'll Google Joe Ape and I'll find something that way. Okay, a group of whale is a pod or a school. Do we think a recording of people talking about things is a podcast and it's shortened so it's just a pod? So this one is the hero to a large formal assembly of people, and I think that that's our group of owls, which is a parliament. Now we have collide with another object. Oh, a group of rhinos is a crash. Group of people living in a new place. A group of penguins is called a colony. Oh, a group of ants is also a colony. So I think we're gonna, but a group of bats is also a colony. A group of ants could be an army. So I think we're gonna go with bats here. The winner lets out a harsh laugh once they realize they are victorious. So that's a cackle, and we're going to the hyenas, I think. They get a place to put their piece of furniture to sleep. So that was bed, I think. Okay, I'm not sure what moving hurriedly with short steps is yet, so I'm gonna start with a different one, and we will come back and hopefully fit these all together. Winning will fill you with a feeling of satisfaction of your own achievement. Pride, right? Once you win, you have to send your collection with a company of travelers on a journey through the desert. Is that caravan? A caravan is a group of camels. Ah, Joe's a camel, isn't he? Now the winner has to get their route approved by a legislative body. Well, we also had a large formal assembly of people. I'm thinking Parliament is actually going after this one for a large legislative body. A group of lemurs is a conspiracy, and I feel like I remember seeing something about that. It was this one. You come up with new theories involving a secret group. An institute for educating children is school. What is a group of zebras called? Well, this military group I think is an army, which is for ants. Ah, a group of tigers is an ambush. Surprise attack. A group of sharks is a shiver. I'm guessing that's shake slightly and uncontrollably. What was our group of hippo called? It's either a bloat or a thunder. So I'm guessing that is swollen with gas or fluid. Okay, so we have like 4-ish groups of things that we now need to figure out how they fit together. A raccoon is a gaze, so that's the intent look from the palace guard. A group of zebra could be a dazzle. A dazzle? Do we think that's the beaming smile that could cause blindness? Squirrel is a dray or a scurry, so that's going to be taking short steps from the table. Okay, so we only have to find a group of snakes and a group of sheepdog, and it is very possible that Sam is actually something else other than a sheepdog. What's a group of snakes? The only thing I'm finding are den, pit, bed, nest, or knot. Does any of that relate to... Ah, tense and hard and a muscle is a knot. So the only one that we don't have the answer to is a large formal assembly of people. and whatever Sam is. It may or may not be a sheepdog. I'm not going to worry too much about why that matches up, and instead I'm going to focus on trying to see if we can figure out what these letters are spelling. So they could be going forwards or backwards, and the loop could start anywhere. Also, we have 3 sets of letters to read. We have the old letters in the board game, the new letters in the board game, and the indexed letters from the number of friends. I don't know which ones to use, so I'm going to just try to concatenate them all. Do any of these look like they spell anything? Yeah, this is not immediately looking like anything. I just remembered that we have these emojis down here at the bottom too. Number 1 is the group of bats. Okay, alright, well that helps us a little bit. And then this is saying A to B, so that's changing the letter. And then index into the game by the number of people. A to B, and then index into the game by the number of people, etc. Problem is, do I take A or B, or both of them? Is there a chance this is talking about, like, are we supposed to get a new letter based on how far we shifted from A to B? B is the 16 after N, so that's a P. All right, is this going to spell something? We went M to H. I think that's 21. This is not immediately looking to spell anything, and unfortunately we're at a point in the puzzle where I am just not sure what the error is. I'm just wondering if I have a small error, like maybe the bed was actually referring to the, I don't know, the fish or the sharks or something, because several of these animal groups can be referred to by multiple different names, so it's not always super clear. Like, even though I'm pretty sure this place to rest is a bed, it's not necessarily clear which one goes next. We also had the issue of, like, does Parliament go with a large formal assembly of people? Or did it go with a legislative body? A large formal assembly of people is a convocation. So is there a group of animals called a convocation? A group of eagles is a convocation, and I think Sam is an eagle as well. Where is that? Sam Eagle is a Muppet character. Okay. So I feel somewhat confident then, now that we've worked that loose end out, I feel somewhat confident that our order of everything is the same. We're told that the bat is number 1. It could actually be the group of bats, now that I think about it. I don't actually know. We also could still be going the other direction. That part's not clear. That part's still ambiguous in the puzzle as far as I can tell. So we're starting with the bat in some sense. It's either starting with Rogue, who's the actual bat, but it could also be starting, now that I think about it, with Colony, which is a group of bats. And then we're either going in this direction, or we might be going the other way. So let me actually take a look the other way. Okay, wait, I think I'm seeing it. So I do think we're starting with the bat, but I think it goes down here, and I think we're going in the opposite direction. So I had picked nearly everything wrong, as I tend to do whenever puzzles give me like 3 50-50 choices as to how I could interpret things. I always tend to pick like all of them wrong. But I think we're starting down here with Rogue, the bat, and then we need not A and B, but just the letter B. Then we take the index letter, which is here, and in that case it's an E. And then we do that going in this direction for every game, and that seems to spell, we have D-E-C-E-I-T, deceit, seen in E-U-C-H-R-E, deceit seen in euchre, or hearts, punnily, and then it spells E-I-G-H-T, 8. So we need a deceit seen in euchre or hearts punnily. It seems like most commonly this is either called a revoke or a renege. Neither one is 8 letters, unless I spell it out like revoking. Maybe it's revoking? Maybe that's the punny thing? It's like a king in cards? Because I don't see how either one's punny. Could it be an anagram of or hearts? Is this a cryptic crossword clue? I don't think so. Maybe it's trickery. Because euchre and hearts are both trick-taking games? So maybe that's the pun? Trickery was correct. Alright, sweet. So we solved BoardGameTweak. And we've probably unlocked some more rooms to our house. Yeah, we have Ring Around the Rosary and Making More. So let me know if you like this puzzle and you want to see more puzzles in this hunt or other hunts like it. I think I'm going to solve a few more, so stick around if you want to see some more of those. Until next time, I hope everybody had a great day, and as always, happy escaping. Bye!